Hi, first graders. It's Miss Clark here. I'm going to read this week's story for you guys. Last week, you heard Miss Adamak read a story about a little girl named Rosa, and it was called A Chair for My Mother. And in the book, Rosa and her family started to save their money in order to buy a new chair for their house. This week, we're going to listen to another story by the same author. The author's name is Vera Williams. And Vera Williams wrote this story, and it has the same characters as A Chair for My Mother. And this book is called Something Special for Me. What do you think this book is going to be about? I think Rosa might get something for herself this time with all of the money that she saves in her jar. What do you think? Let's listen and find out. Something special for me. Our new chair has Coco on one arm now. It isn't brand new anymore. But our grandma and mama and I still like to squeeze into it together, just like the day we first brought it home. That was when Aunt Ida, who lives upstairs, took this picture of us. We keep it on the shelf next to the big money jar and the picture of me when I was 1 month old. On Saturday, Mama and I were sitting in the chair in our bathrobes. I kept trying to talk to Mama about my birthday, which was going to be in just 3 days. But Mama wouldn't listen. On her day off from her job at the Blue Tile Diner, Mama loves to sit and read her newspaper. Then she never even hears the things I tell her. I had to tickle her foot until she threw down the paper and jumped out of the chair. And then she chased me all over the house. Do you ever have to try to get your mom or dad's attention? When she caught me, she held me up to the mirror. Who's that kid who won't let her own mother enjoy her well-earned rest, even on a Saturday, she said, making her mad face. I made my monster face. We made faces in the mirror till we laughed so much we had to pee. And then Mama hugged me tight. You're much more fun than any newspaper, she said. Look at all those funny faces. Then we studied the money in the big jar. The jar is only partly full now. But one time, Grandma and Mama and I saved up so much money that jar was full to the top. And that was when we went shopping and bought a chair for my mother. There was some money left even after we paid for the chair, and now we still put money in the jar every Friday when Mama brings her tips home from work. If I help out at the diner, I put money in the jar too, and Grandma puts in whatever she can spare. What are we going to spend the money on this time? I asked Mama. So if you remember, Rosa and her family are using the jar to save the money that is left over, meaning they're using the money to buy things that they might want. They're already buying the things that they need with their money and then putting all the extra in the jar. She lifted down the jar and dumped it and me right into the chair. She called my grandma over too. Mother, she said, it's going to be Rosa's birthday in 3 days. The chair was really for you and me. Don't you think it's Rosa's turn to get something special? Grandma thought it was a wonderful idea. Why don't you take Rosa downtown shopping? Whatever you buy will be from me too. And it will be from Aunt Ida and Uncle Sandy too. And whenever they get their pay, they'll drop money in our jar, I said. Mama and I got dressed fast and Grandma changed the money into dollar bills. As we went out the door, she hollered after us. Rosa, you buy something real nice. That word right there says hollered. What do you think hollered means? She hollered after them. When you holler, you're yelling for someone. So you're yelling, Rosa, buy something nice. I knew just what would be real nice, so we went right to the skate store. I tried on skates. I skated up and down the store. My friends Leora and Jenny and May all have new skates, and I really wanted them too. I could see myself dancing around on my new skates in the schoolyard to Leora's little radio. Then, just as the man was about to wrap up the box and Mama and I were about to pay for the skates, I wasn't so sure I wanted them. I wanted them, but I could tell that skates weren't really what I wanted to empty that big jar of money for. Not even white skates with orange wheels that could race and dance all over the street. So we went out of the store without buying anything. Sounds like Rosa's really thinking about what she wants to spend that money on. Across the street was the department store, and I pulled Mama through the revolving door and up the escalator to the children's floor. There I tried on dresses and I tried on coats. I tried on shoes and even hats. I looked at myself all around in the big mirrors. I imagined standing just like that with Leora and Jenny and May outside the variety store on my birthday. I want these, I said to Mama, the polka dot dress with its own jacket and the blue shoes with crisscross straps and little heels. Then, just as we were about to wrap them up and Mama and I were about to pay for them, I wasn't sure I really wanted them so much. I wanted them, but I could tell that the new shoes and a new dress, even with its own jacket, were not the special presents I wanted to empty that big jar for. So we went out of the department store without buying anything. Next, it looks like she's going into a camping store. Then right down the block, I saw a red tent in the store window. Next to it was a blue sleeping bag with pockets all over it. The sleeping bag was spread out all ready for the night. I pushed open the door and Mama followed me into that store. I could see just how it would be to go on a trip in Aunt Ida and Uncle Sandy's truck. Leora and Jenny and May would come along. I'd pack everything we needed into the knapsack. Then we'd put up the tent by the lake and we'd all sleep in it together. This is what I really want, I told my mother. But when the salesperson was wrapping it all up and Mama and I were about to pay for it, I got that feeling again. This was not the exact present I wanted to empty that whole jar for. Mama recognized the look on my face, and when we walked out of that store without any packages, Mama was laughing. But I started to cry. What if I can't ever decide? What if I end up with no birthday present at all? And what if my next birthday comes and I still can't decide? Mama wiped my tears. Don't worry, she said. You will have a few days yet till your birthday. Let's stop in the Blue Tile Diner and have a treat while you think about it some more. Sounds like Rosa's having to make a big decision and she's trying to keep thinking about what the best choice will be. Josephine, who is the owner, brought us our pie and ice cream herself. She played my favorite songs on the jukebox, too. For an early birthday, she said, many happy returns of the day. After that, I felt better. I was ready to look in more stores, but it had gotten too late. We could already see a star in the sky. Quick, Rosa, make a wish, my mama said. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. I whispered, but all that I could wish was that I would know what to wish for. And right after that is when I heard the music. We were standing near the corner and someone was standing under the lamp post playing on an instrument. What is that? I asked my mother. An accordion, she told me. Your other grandma used to play one just like that. She played at concerts in the park and at weddings. I remember people used to say she could even make the chairs and the tables dance. Do you have a prediction for what you think might happen next? Look at this picture. What do you think might happen? On the way home, I imagined myself playing the accordion while the chairs and tables danced. I could see Leora and Jenny and May dancing too. I could see myself right up on the stage in the park. I imagined myself sitting on our back steps and playing music whenever I wanted. On my birthday, Grandma and Aunt Ida and Uncle Sandy and I took the money and went to meet Mama at the music store. The music store was full of big accordions, but they were very expensive. Then the woman in the store said, "How about this one? It's good for a beginner." And she showed me one just the right size for me. When she played it, I heard the same beautiful sounds I had heard on the corner by the diner. We were lucky because that accordion wasn't brand new, so it cost less than the others. It took all the jar money, though, and a little bit more from Aunt Ida's purse. Uncle Sandy said he'd pay for lessons every week, and this time I didn't want to change my mind at all. Next morning, I was sure I had chosen exactly right. Through the door, I could see our chair. I could see our big chair with just one dime in it for good luck. I could see our big jar with just one dime in it for good luck. Grandma and Mama were making breakfast in the kitchen. And right beside my bed was my own accordion, waiting for me to make songs come out of it. So what did you think of that story? Do you like Rosa's decision of what she bought with her money? If you could choose something special for your birthday, what's something that you would choose? Hopefully you could draw a picture or write about something that you would choose if you had a jar full of money. Maybe you would choose something that you need before you would get something that just you wanted. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I'll see you next time. It was good to see you. I love you and I miss you.